Does beating Chicago matter in the regular season?
Well, again, it does for me because they've spanked us every time we walked on the floor. I mean, we've been here, we've been on a little semi-roll or whatever every time we've played them, and then whatever happens, they come and spank us. So whether it's something we're not doing or something they're doing greatly, in a great way, we've got to figure it out, because you don't want to go over for a team and not find out exactly what it is. And every time we've played them, somebody's come in and had an out-of-body experience, whether it's Butler's 50. Last game it was McDermott. The time before that, I think it was Rose had a great night, or Snell, or somebody rises up out of the woodwork and has a big night. And they have a very talented team, very talented roster. And, you know, it seems like against us they figure it out. And that's what we gotta make sure we find out what it is tonight.
Is it the matchup, Coach, or is it become a mental hurdle after so many?
Again, this league is all about matchups. You can mental all you want to, but whether it's certain player, there's certain players in this league that struggle against other certain players, and it may be on your team, it may be coming from us against someone else. But over the years, there's always been certain matchups that's been difficult for players, and they've got certain matchups that give us trouble. And we're consistently trying to figure that out.
You've led at halftime of all 3 games. What is it that they have done in the second half?
Well, one thing that we did when we had the big lead here was we got into an offensive mindset, a tit for tat. You score, I score. You score, I score. And then they still have a defensive mentality deep down that they brought out, and then we couldn't score, we couldn't stop them. So we've got to keep a defensive focus, defensive outlook, quality possessions on offense. Don't take possessions for granted, even though it may be easy a few times. We got to make sure we get the shots we want and not just take quick shots and bail out the defense. And that's what I thought happened here. And up there, I thought we had it under control, and we sort of got in that same mindset, but again, we couldn't score at the right time, and again, we let our defense took a pedal off the metal on the defensive end of the floor.
Wait, does them not having Powell change anything?
Nothing whatsoever. We've had so many matchups, Casey, this year against different teams that hadn't had their star players, and we still have struggled. So if we don't cross our T's and dot our I's against anybody, we're going to struggle. No matter who shows up in uniform, we got to come out and play our game, because the minute we take our foot off the pedal, we're not very good.
I know injuries are part of the game, but they've really had a pretty big crush of them here. Any thoughts on what they've gone through?
No, none whatsoever, because everybody goes through it. We've got nicks and bumps and bangs, and we've had 2 starters out for a lot of games. Valanciunas missed 22 games, and can't even count how many games DeMarre Carroll has missed. So we understand that as part of the league. Again, when I look over there, they still have quality players stepping out on the floor that we got to go against. So we can't look at that. We got to come and play to our identity and figure out what exactly Chicago's doing. We went through a similar thing with Charlotte. Whatever happened, no matter who played with Charlotte, we couldn't. And now it's the same thing with Chicago. So we got to figure it out. Regular season, postseason. We're not putting over. It's more of a philosophical. What can we do? Find out what they're doing to hurt us and take it away.
After what Butler did, this team has gone 15-1 at home. Have you noticed anything appreciable since that? Giving up.
Seen Jimmy Butler since then, right? So that's pretty easy, But we've had some star performances, which is concerning. Harden comes in and does his thing. Lillard comes in and gets his thing. So those are concerns that guys come in to have career nights offensively against us in certain matchups. So those players at that position have to be on high alert and understand they're going at you for a reason. So, but it's the other guys around him, we've got to make sure nobody else comes up and has a career night. When you have 2 or 3 guys having a career night, that's when you're having problems.
Looking at the injury situation makes it a little more unpredictable. Guys maybe surprise you?
Well, again, injuries are part of the league, Chris. That's something that all of us deal with. We're dealing with it right now still. And so, again, before the injuries, take away the injuries, we've struggled with Chicago. And so I don't look at injuries as being unpredictable. I see just certain matchups that give us trouble. And It depends on who they have out on the floor. Those matchups are still there and still hurt us.
With the injuries, they might be having their young Brazilian rookie, Cristiano Felicio, starting. Anything you know about him? And
Well, all I know, he came in against us last game and got a couple of dunks that, rolled right down we opened up the gate right down the middle of the floor, and he had layups, so I remember that. And he came in and had a physical impact on the game at their place. So, again, I don't look, no matter who it is that walks on the floor for Chicago, we've got to be on high alert. And, again, they still have some lethal weapons in that locker room, no matter, they can talk about who's hurt, who's not hurt. I still see lethal weapons walking out on the floor.